Good afternoon everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm just setting up my camera because it's the first time I'm doing a live using my handphone. So I will just wait a little while more to see if there's anyone else joining us. And don't worry, it isn't a full yoga class, but rather we're going to break down just the Cobra pose, so that when you do your yoga classes or even stretching after your exercises, you know where you should be feeling the stretch, yeah, and how to ensure that you're not overstretching or accidentally causing more stress to your muscles. Okay, so what I like about the Cobra pose is that it not only stretches the front of our body, it also activates our shoulders and our back. So a lot of times people are not aware of where you should be feeling the Cobra pose. It's also one of my favorite things to do after I do a core workout. So for example, after you've done let's say pop pilates with Coach Arin, Coach Niza, sorry, or even a fat hip session with Coach Annie. Yeah, you can use this, yeah, to stretch it out. It's very, very yummy. I love it. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, snake. I'm a snake. I'm born in the year of the snake. So y'all can go and guess how old I am. Okay. So I'm just going to go very quickly into it. If you have a mat, it would be great if you can join me as well, so that you can immediately do the pose and you can feel for yourself. Okay. So Cobra pose, as everybody knows, we start lying down on the mat. Okay, so we call this belly, on your belly. Okay, so the important thing to note is that usually a lot of times when people do the Cobra pose, right, you notice that they want to straighten their arms up. Okay, and when you straighten your arms up, there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to be aware that Cobra pose, actually the main thing is that it's a back bend. So we are actually working very much on the muscles on the back. Okay, when you straighten out your arms, right, you're actually using your arms more than you are using your back. Okay, so for example, there are some people, and I'm going to over exaggerate this, right, when they straighten out their arms, the pelvis comes up. The pelvis comes up because your back is not strong enough. Your back muscles here, especially your lower back, is not strong enough to help you lift. Okay, so how you're going to test this is, we start very slowly. So I'll move down a bit more, then you can see. You start by having your palms directly below your shoulders first. So the very first, the smallest type of Cobra, the easiest Cobra that we do is the baby Cobra. So baby Cobra means that you actually use your hands here and you push yourself up. Keep your elbows bent. Okay, and use your hands to support yourself. Then when you stop here, right, see if you can lift your palms off. If you can lift your palms off and you can still be here like this, you will definitely feel it here on your lower back. So you're actually using your lower back muscles to lift you up. Okay, and this is the correct activation. Okay, always remember that Cobra pose is a back bend, except that you're doing it on your belly, right? So the next one that you can try, if you can do this, you can challenge yourself to lift off your palms and hold. Keep your chest open and move your arms down. Now, if you're already way past this, right, we're going to go into bend arm Cobra. And I like to say bend arm because a lot of times people tend to think of straightening up their arms, like I said, then we lose the activation here. So whenever I say bend arm, right, you think of using your back to lift yourself up. So the more you use your back, right, the more you feel that, I can move my arms around. Okay, so the important thing is also to make sure that your pelvis, this part, the whole area here, touches your mat. Okay, the moment your pelvis comes off, you realize that you lose the stretch in your back, and you're just using your arms to lift yourself up. Okay, there's nothing wrong with this. Like this, you probably come into a variation of it's another pose called upward dog. Okay, so upward dog, you use a lot of your arms, your shoulders, but we want to stay with Cobra. So with Cobra, pelvis is always on the mat. So when you straighten out your arms and you find that your pelvis lifts off, bend your arms, bring it back down. Okay, so Cobra is not about straightening your arms, it's about using your lower back to lift you up, to build the muscles. And remember, this is only possible if you push your pelvis down. So if you find that you're also losing your balance here, right, the other trick is to press the tops of your feet down. Okay, so I'm going to shift my camera so you can see my feet. Okay, I'm going to exaggerate for you so you can see. Okay, so sometimes people, right, we do Cobra, the feet is not pressing down, so it's not engaged, right? Or they tuck the toes under. This is called tucking toes under. With Cobra, the reason why we press the feet down is that we actually actively engage our glutes and our quads to support the bending in our lower back. So if you're not pressing the tops of your feet down, you put so much stress on your lower back. Okay, so you must press the tops of your feet down, but really press down as much as you can. Okay, so that's the other tip that I'm giving to you. I'm going to shift it back because you all cannot see my feet just now while I was doing the upper body. Okay, so now you know you need to press your feet down, you keep your pelvis down, right? So the next thing that you need to be aware of in the Cobra pose is your shoulders. So even when you lift up, okay, remember to bring your shoulders back and down. Sometimes people lift up, the shoulders are like this, will face you. So when they lift up, shoulders are like this. Okay, I'm exaggerating again. Push it back down, down, and away. Okay, now if you can, I'm going to turn around and show you. So instead of shrugging your shoulders up like this, push it down, squeeze your shoulder blades together to open up your chest. Okay, when you do this, you engage the muscles on your upper back here, okay, over this area. So shoulders down, open up your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades as much as you can. Press your pelvis into your mat, press the tops of your feet into your mat. Okay, so you look like this. Okay. Hi Anna. Thanks for joining. Okay, so remember, it's not about straightening your arms. If you lift, your pelvis comes off the mat, bring it down, bend your elbows as much as you can to support you. Remember, the work is in your lower back. Open up your chest, bring your elbows, bring your shoulders down, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and just look straight ahead. Okay, it's not necessary to tilt upwards like this. Look ahead can really. Okay, the reason why usually in my class, I don't ask people to look up because I would like you all to focus more on feeling the stretch here, the engagement here, and the engagement in the shoulders. So if you don't feel that, then that's not the purpose of the Cobra pose. Okay, so I love to do Cobra pose, like I said, after a very strong workout. Okay, so when you're doing the Cobra pose to stretch out the front of your body, then you don't really have to think so much about your shoulders and squeezing your shoulder blades, but it's always nice. Okay, so when you are stretching out the front of your body, same thing. Keep your pelvis grounded, keep your shoulders bent, look up if you wish. Then you bring the stretch all the way to the front of your body, like this. Okay, so that's my tip for Cobra pose for today. If you all have questions, or if you all need other variations, please leave a comment in the comment box below, and I will get back to you on different variations that you can use. Okay, so how do you work to a point where your arms are straight in Cobra? There is no, for myself, there are some days where I can do Cobra with my arms straight, but there are some days where I still need to bend my arms. Okay, there isn't a timeline for getting there. It just depends on how strong your back muscles are to be able to support you, so that you're not, so that you can go deeper into the back bend. Okay, and that's just practice. So I cannot say when that will happen. Yeah. So for some days, I'm a bit more flexible and stronger in my back, so I can lift with my arms straight. For some days, I'm here, and it's all very normal. Okay. So the other tip I would like to give, which is related to Cobra pose, is if you're doing this as part of your Hatha yoga practice, always remember to do a counter pose. So now that you've given yourself a very nice back bend, you want to counter pose it, okay? So it will be child's pose. So now we're folding forward the other way and releasing our back onto the mat. Okay, so very important to do your child's pose after you practice Cobra pose. And if you're not sure how to do child's pose, without hurting your knees especially, look at my video which I posted last week in the group on how to do child's pose. Okay, so thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you all tomorrow 12:30 for Hatha yoga class. Right? Not so sure yet what we're going to focus on tomorrow, but definitely there will be child's pose in it. Maybe I might do Cobra pose as well. Okay? Yeah. So have a good Thursday afternoon.